Hey, good morning, Flower. Actually, you caught me. It's another evening edition of our morning announcements, but I am fresh off a phenomenal performance from our parenting theater production. It was such an incredible night. If you weren't here, you definitely missed out. Huge shout out to Mr. Mosley for directing, facilitating the evening. It was such an incredible night. Thank you so much for all the hard work and planning. Our student actors, my gosh, we have some talent here at Flower. Nice job to our student actors. Our faculty, my gosh, we have some incredible talent on our staff. Huge shout out to Mrs. Manichek, Mr. Frazee, Ms. Jackson for jumping in and being a part of that performance. Thank you so much to Ms. Koch, Ms. Nixon, Ms. Thorpe, Mr. Carrillo, all being supportive throughout the evening, handing out different roles. We want to thank you all so much for being in attendance. We want to thank those of us who just showed up, peeked our heads in, contributing to the event. Heard from Mr. Flanders, speaking on behalf of parents. We really loved seeing you all come out, and we cannot wait to do it again. Mr. Walker does have some bad news to share, and I know we want to move forward, but our boys last night with volleyball was happening at the same time at Stepstone Academy. Our boys picked up the first loss of the season, and it's okay. It's all right. We're going to hold our heads up high. We're going to continue to fight, show that power. We have home cooking ready for us. We're ready to come back home on Monday at 4:30. So, boys, we will be ready for you here at 4:30. Keep your heads up on Monday. We are going to bounce back and bounce back stronger than ever. We had a lot of events this week. Today is Friday, meaning the week is not over yet, but today is Dollar Dress Down Day, so please make sure you have your dollar for your teacher. Looking ahead to next week, we have an eventful week next week. All right, let's talk about next week. Our events next week, we have Tuesday, November 9th and Wednesday, November 10th, we have our parent meetings. And I'm not talking about parent-teacher conferences, so teachers, don't worry. We're not having parent-teacher conferences just yet. We are having parent meetings, and teachers, you may remember this as PTA. Teachers, if you want to explain to your students right now what that means, that's great. If not, that's fine as well. I'm going to try my best to capture it right now. But we need our parents back in our building. Right now, we are in a better position than we were a year ago when it came to COVID-19, and we still aren't out of the woods quite yet, but we are getting to a place where we can invite our families back in and get their contributions to what happens here at Flower. And so on Tuesday, November 9th, we're going to have a first meeting. It's an evening option from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. And that is where we're going to talk to your parents about ways that they can get back involved in Flower in our community. We know we had to pause for a moment because of the COVID-19 pandemic. The pandemic is not over, but it's a lot better, and it's much better than it was at this time last year. So that first option is on November 9th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. And then on Wednesday, November 10th, we're going to have an AM option for those families that couldn't make it the night before. That is going to be 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Next week, we also have our bulletin board contest continuing, and that is for our teachers. Please continue to encourage your teachers to come up with the best bulletin board possible so they can walk away with that prize, that grand prize of $100 and Starbucks for an entire week. Whew, can't imagine how wired up we'll be. We are going to have some guest judges, and guess what? None of them have ties to Flower. And so we want to make sure that when our bulletin boards are being judged, they're being judged as impartially as possible, meaning right down the middle, no favoritism whatsoever. We are going to have some surprise judges. Those names are going to be released pretty soon, teachers. On Thursday, November 11th, we do not have school. I know it's going to be pretty odd coming to school on Wednesday, but not coming to school on Thursday, and then coming back on Friday. But on Thursday, November 11th, we do not have school. It is Veterans Day. And on Veterans Day, we want to take time to honor those members of our U.S. military, our U.S. Navy, U.S. Air Forces who sacrifice and put their lives on the line each and every day to fight for our freedom and safety. So please keep that in mind on Thursday. It is not just a day off. It is a day to remember our heroes. One of the last things we want to talk about is our Thanksgiving food drive that's coming up on next week. Our food drive is going to take place on November 8th and extend about 2 weeks here at Flower. We want to collect as many canned goods as possible to give to families in need. So please make sure that you bring in canned goods, things like cans of corn, cans of beans, boxes of spaghetti, boxes of different types of pasta. It can be even containers of peanut butter, jelly, things that can last a very long time. We cannot accept items like produce. We cannot accept apples and oranges and bananas and berries. Those types of things will expire and they will rot away. We want things that will last for a while. So please make sure that if you are bringing in canned goods next week, that you bring in things that are called non-perishable items. Again, those are canned things, things that come in boxes, things that come in canisters. Those are the types of things we're looking for our Thanksgiving food drive. Let's also keep in mind that Monday, November 8th, mask, we are going to need to purchase these masks for $1 from the front office if we do not have one of our own. So it is important for you to use today and this weekend to go and get your own mask. Go and find a mask out there. There are plenty of places where you can buy masks. We are running very, very low in AMS world. And so we are going to have to begin selling these because it does not look like many more are coming our way. So if on Monday morning, if you are someone on Tuesday morning, November 9th, Wednesday, November 10th, and so forth, if you are someone that comes to school without a mask, you are going to have to purchase one of these from the front office. And again, if you're thinking, well, if I don't come to school with a mask and I don't come to school with $1, what happens? We are going to put $1 on your account. And each and every time that you are in need of a mask and you don't have the money to pay for it, we're going to put another dollar and another dollar and another dollar so that these will stay on your account as a hold, because every student here has an account, and you won't be able to graduate. You won't be able to leave AMS Flower for another school until you pay the fine. All right, so let's keep that in mind.